Hey there, Capricorn Sun, Capricorn Moon, Capricorn Rising. It's Maggie from Moon Directive. Welcome to my channel. Here we work with the energy to see how we can best utilize it to move our life forward in the most positive way possible. Today we're going to talk about the Moon Astrology for the next 2 weeks. That would be June 8th through the 14th. Then I will timestamp, and it will be June 15th through the 21st, where we get a new moon solar eclipse happening in your 7th house of Cancer at 0 degrees. Super freaking stupid powerful. We just came in out of the eclipse that happened on the 5th in Sagittarius, your 12th house of hopes, goals, dreams, wishes, spirituality, and really your sense of that. So I generally channel a message. So I tried to do that this week, and instead I got a message for the collective about these eclipses, and so it has its own video. It's 20 minutes long. There was no way I was going to say that, 12 times. So we're not doing that. However, as I was trying to shuffle for you, I have to tell you, my mind started running. Okay, so I need to do this, and I got to do this, and oh yeah, I got to handle this, and so I'm a Capricorn Rising, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, so Capricorn, is your mind running all over everywhere? So I want to say write it down and prioritize, because I feel like things are starting to speed up, and things have been kind of, out of whack. And so bringing ourselves back into a center where we feel comfortable and things are a little more structured is going to be very beneficial moving forward with all this eclipse energy over the next 6 weeks. Plus Mercury is going in retrograde, and that's also happening in your 7th house of partnerships. So just some stuff to kind of keep in mind. So what I am using, though, for like a channeled message, although you sort of got one, was the Fairy Tale Oracle, Lucy Cavendish. And so we have memory and transformation. Memory and transformation. So the memory one is remembering what you've promised, or this could be somebody who's promised you something, right? It's remembering to keep promises. That it is important to keep promises that we make. So if there's someone in your life that hasn't been on top of keeping their promises, or if that person is you, it is something to be thinking about, because there's a transformation that comes with this. And so there's a couple ways to look at it. Maybe not so great at keeping promises in the past, but the transformation is moving forward that happens. Maybe recognizing that this person has difficulty keeping promises, and the transformation is that you're willing to let that go and move forward. With that eclipse happening in your 7th house of partnerships, this feels really important in regards to, now partnerships could be personal or business, right? But it's a one-on-one situation. And so let me see if there's any other key phrases I'm missing here. So this is about fearful of emotions, avoidance of emotional connections and situations, memory loss, unable to connect with those that we once loved, recovering recognition through effort, separation and loss, and search for our true nature. And transformation, which, probably doesn't need a definition with it. So there's some kind of a relationship thing that maybe something. So we have Mercury in retrograde, which can bring exes back. Mercury's in retrograde from the 18th of June until the 12th of July. So that's, and plus we've had Venus in retrograde, but she's going direct on the 25th. So wisdom and instinct must be brought into harmony, living a quiet life, heeding warnings, listening to the consequences, caring for those that you love, harmony in our instinct and our mind, and finding comfort in simple things. And teach others how to balance their instinct and their intellect. So this partnership thing, I feel like, so if someone in the past has, if someone from your past has not been, or even a current partnership, but this feels like the past coming back. I really got to tell you, this feels like someone from the past, like a business opportunity from the past, or a love opportunity from the past, coming back. So take a look at it. What have you learned from that experience? Listen to your instinct. Listen to, what do you feel about it? but being open that people may have transformed. And so I want to say don't slam the door shut. But as Saturn always likes to teach Capricorn and everybody else, healthy boundaries are important. And so making sure to check in with your boundaries and not closing ourselves off, not walling, so that there's nobody can get through, no ideas can come in, no information come in. Don't be so walled off that you're not paying attention. With Mercury retrograde, things are going to be really kind of muddled and complicated as it is. And so I really want to encourage that you really listen with all of your senses. What do you hear? What does it feel like? Read between the lines. What does it seem like they're saying? And so I feel like caution, but not necessarily slamming the door in the face. That's what it feels like. So, wow. Okay. So that was a lot. All right, so let's go ahead and move into the week. And we have, we start off with the moon in Capricorn. Got there after that eclipse to help us regain our balance, because the eclipse was about releasing and letting go of long-held beliefs. For you, happening in your 12th house, that could have been some serious long-held beliefs about who you are, what you are. I know that, sometimes it's about, gosh, I thought I was going to do this with my life, and then I just decided I hated that idea and I'm not doing that. Or I've always believed that in this religion, or I've always believed that this is the only way to do this certain thing. And so it's about dreams. It's about your life progress. It's about your spirituality. There's something that you've always believed that you are releasing and letting go of to create space for new things. And so Capricorn comes in to help us find the balance in this situation, because it's very destabilizing when a core belief, which is kind of foundational, that's something that's always propped up your way of looking at life, is pulled out from under you, then you're kind of wobbly. And so this is to bring in the balance. It's like the three-legged table, and you pull out one of the legs and the other two have to learn how to, sort themselves out. But you're being asked to count your blessings. You have the gratitude list. And so something that you're uncomfortable with that disappeared. Okay, so here, all right. Okay, so I was actually just talking to a friend of mine who also is a Capricorn, and I was telling her, that sometimes I get really upset with myself because I spent 13 years in college to become a dietitian. And the last couple of years I was like, I don't know, this doesn't seem right. And the whole time I was in the final stages of the program, I was like, I don't know. I don't know. And by the way, it doesn't take 13 years to do this. It just took me 13 years. Okay. So I was like, I've outgrown, something's not fitting right. Okay. So she said to me the nicest thing that anybody could possibly say. She said, it is okay to change your mind, which is cool. And so that made me start thinking, but here's what I like about what I did. I like the people I met. I like the experiences. I got to tell you, a couple of the classes they made me take just because you had to have those humanities. I was going to say stupid humanities, but you're not allowed to say stupid. Those humanity classes that I didn't want to take that I thought were a waste of my time and my money actually ended up having so much impact in how I look at life. So there was a lot of really good things. And so whatever the situation is that got pulled out, that you're changing your mind about, something good came of it. So what was that? Start there. Start looking at the lessons learned, the gifts brought to you, the opportunities that happened. And instead of missing what's not there anymore, look at what it brought that you get to take forward with you. What do you get to take with you to the next step? Oh, I never even shuffled this one in. Sorry. So then the moon, so now Mercury's in shadow, slowing down. It's really time to focus on those projects, not start new projects, but the ones that you've been working on, really digging in and finishing that up. And, that scattered brain energy, right? Pulling it in and saying, okay. And so write stuff down, finish it out. And effort, I wrote down effort in equals results out. So not allowing the things that don't yield very much to suck all the time. Instead, put your time into the things that are going to yield whatever it is that you're actually going for, what's really most important. So identifying what's important and taking a moment to find the beauty along the way. And also it's a perspective change, right? So up close here, really what you see are the flowers and the butterflies, but as I pull away, then you start to see the face, right? And so it's a shift, it's a change in perspective. It's about knowing that when you cut stuff out that doesn't work, you aren't losing anything, you're promoting new growth. It is a shift, it is a change, and you're being encouraged to go the distance. I love this card. So much do I love this card. Go the distance. So right now things are a little tough. You feel like you're kind of slogging along. Maybe somebody broke their promise to you. Maybe, maybe you feel like you broke a promise to yourself, like I was going to get so much done, but with Mars and Pisces, it's been really hard to get anything done. All I want to do is sleep personally. So, maybe you just feel like, so now it's time to pick up the pace. I mean, it is a Jaguar. He's running. Things are picking up pace. And so using this Mercury in retrograde where everything's kind of slow and muddled means you're going to have to pay attention to the details. Really, really crossing the T's and dotting the I's and double checking things. But using, while everybody else is feeling a little sluggish still, to get yourself in a position that you're getting that much further ahead, right? So if everybody's moving backwards and you're moving forward, now you're moving forward twice as fast, right? It's kind of like that. So the moon is going to move into Aquarius on Monday night at 8:54 p.m. This is right after that goes into a square with Uranus. Now Uranus rules Aquarius, but Uranus is over in Taurus. This is actually supportive energy. This is, you'll notice the tension around the changes that are happening, about the habits that you need to break out of the past and replace with new methods and new ideas, that challenge to move out of the complacency, to really get yourself going, to go the distance and to pick up speed, it looks like too. And, so there's that energy there. But when the moon moves into Pisces, now it's going to be, coming in contact with Mars over there, who's moving along at the snail's pace, right? So slows it down just enough to allow you to emotionally release, to get a chance to escape into the future that you want to create, to use your imagination, to visualize what it is that you've learned and where you want to go, so that you know how to simplify your life. Again, it's that energy in and effort in and results out. Where can you let crap go that is holding you back? What do you need to cut out in order to promote growth so that you can go the distance? Because if you have too many things on your plate, it is going to slow you down. It feels like a narrowing, like going through a funnel, and only certain things can get through, and some things are just too big and bulky, and they're not going to produce the results that you want, so they need to be pulled out so the stuff can move through. Like it is clearing out the clutter in your mind. So taking that crap and writing it down on paper so that you can have it in order. It's also about where are you spending your time? And Capricorn, keeping it in balance. Remember, it's not all work and no play. How can you simplify your life so that this period that we've had that has been slow, where you've reconnected with yourself, with the people that you care about, how do you manage to maintain the progress you've made there while moving your business forward? And it is going to require a balance. And the balance comes from simplifying the protocols, simplifying the way you do things, simplifying, it's going to be through the simplification of the situation that you're going to be able to manage this. You had too much stuff on your plate before. I know you did. Capricorn always does, right? Oh my gosh. I don't know a Capricorn that I've ever... I have yet to meet the Capricorn who has at some point in their life not worked at least 80 hours a week. I haven't met one yet. So much on our plates. So how do you streamline your life so that it's in balance? Balance, balance, balance. So the North Node is in Gemini. That puts that in your 6th house for the next 18 months. Work-life balance. Work-life balance. Start now. Start now. This is your opportunity to really get things going the way you want. So again, with the gratitude, counting your blessings, knowing that you are safe and protected. The moon is going to move into Aries on Saturday at 5:03 in the afternoon. And yes, everybody's frustrated with how slowly everything's going, but instead you're being encouraged to look for the wonders. It's the balance, right? It's the progress forward and the beauty. Look what you've learned. I don't know. I think I need to turn that like that, because that way kind of looks inappropriate. Just saying. I know it's a crystal, but but it looks wrong. I'm just going with that. Okay, so let's go ahead and move into the second week. As I clear up these cards here, but I'm really excited about this going the distance. It's important that we understand that this is a marathon and not a sprint. He's sprinting and look at this, he's losing his back end, right? So going the distance does require, keeping things in a reasonable balance, right? So that you don't burn yourself out. All right, so this is the 15th through the 21st. 15th through the 21st, that moon in Aries. Ask you to push through your resistance. All right, I am confused now. Pushing through the resistance in regards to being able to find the joy and the wonder in life, maybe? Hold on. Let me just see. It says quartz crystal. Just around the corner, exciting possibilities are waiting for you. Yes, wonders will be abounding in your life. Sometimes they won't be apparent at first. Nevertheless, they are there. Ooh, it's the blind corner. The more you see them and embrace them, the more possibilities will grow in magnitude. Celebrate and cherish even the smaller ones, no matter how teeny they may seem. Let go of expectations. Don't limit the way you think that wondrous events could appear in your life, but be open if you believe anything and everything is possible. Wow, nice. I'm glad I was confused and had to read that. Okay, so the moon is going to move into Taurus on Tuesday. This is about surrendering to the process, surrendering to the divine that we are not in charge of the timing, that whatever is going on right now, as they said, right around the corner, you can't see what's coming. That's because the divine is orchestrating things right now. And honestly, if you can just surrender into that and allow for that to happen. So it's like, okay, this is knowing what you want, this is what I'm going after. And I really feel like that eclipse on June 5th really crystallized for many people what it is they don't want, which helps you to figure out what it is you do want. And so I know that I woke up and I said, oh my God, I know what I want to do. Like, that's what I said this morning, right as I woke up. I've been trying to really figure this out for years. Okay, so there was that, right? There was that moment, that real epiphany moment that might be coming for you. If you can just surrender in and make peace with the idea that you don't have all the answers about when and how, you just need to know what that allows the transformation to come in. And what is the big dream? What is the big ask? What do you want? Right? I used to say, Spirit, just tell me what it is I'm supposed to do and I'll be happy to do it. And Spirit said, that's not how that works. What do you want? I'm like, oh. If you tell us what you want, we will help you get it. Okay. So what do you want? So surrendering in to allow this transformation to happen in a very physical way in your life. Because the butterflies represent manifestation of physical changes in your life. Financial, relationship, your health, your well-being, right? And 6th house matters. Those are all 6th house matters. Well, not relationship, but the other ones are. So you have the wombat spirit be at home. So the wombats are interesting. Wombats will put their little butts into the hole and face into the den and hang out with their kids when the jackals come. And the jackals are trying to get in to eat the kids, but the wombat's like, no, you can bite my butt and I don't care. They do not have nerve endings in their butt, so they don't notice. So they were willing to like be passively aggressively protecting what is important to them, but I am not sure that that is the message in this particular card. So that's why, because that makes no sense here. So I'm going to look and just see what the author said, because when I pick them, that's based on. So it says, burrowing deep into the ground, remaining safe and sound and well fed with its family is a special trait of the wombat. It's about the balance. This is about being comfortable in your own skin, in your home, accepting all of your experiences without judgment, being really honest about yourself and your love of life, that gratitude, the freedom that you have to be who you want to be, and you can begin to imagine and truly feel at home in your life with your family. Right now, you're in a beautiful place where you can hang up the coat of your identity and settle into the true sense of home and well-being, understanding that all is well and everything you do from this place rings true with harmony with spirit. Some of that was her words, some of that was the spirit's words. Just want to say it was all mixed in together and I really couldn't see what was going on there. Okay, here we go. Spirit wants you to know that by keeping your life in balance, that this reset we all had, where we had to spend some time at home and it really slowed everyone down, there were parts about that you really liked. Carry those forward. Carry those forward. Figure out how you can simplify your life and carry that forward. I think you got to know yourself. You got in touch with who you are. You know, even if you live alone, I think you got to know who you are and what really makes you feel happy and comfortable. What makes you feel at home in your own life. On Thursday, Mercury goes retrograde at 12:59 in the morning, and then at 5 p.m. the moon is going to move into Gemini, and there is this, oh my gosh, it is so hard to get anything done right now, and I know it's because Mars is in Pisces, which on the 29th moves into Aries, and so then we can all start moving forward, but right now it's about relaxing into this, resting into this, being at home in your life. So simplifying your life, getting ready, going the distance again. You can't sprint the whole way, right? You have to rest and recharge on regular intervals. Surrender to the divine. Surrender to the divine how things are going to happen. I think it's about knowing what you want. It's about knowing what you want. Explore the unknown. The unexpected awaits you. Mystery. There is something around. Look at the colors on these two. Like, very similar. There is something coming. Surrender to the divine to bring it to you. Again, it's releasing total control of your life. Being willing to kind of surf the waves of it and see what happens. Wow. All right, so on Saturday the sun moves into Cancer at 5:44 p.m. So happy birthday to the Cancers. This is the summer solstice if you're in the northern hemisphere, the winter solstice in the southern hemisphere. So longest day, shortest day of the year, depending on where you are. Very powerful time to have the sun move there, and then like 8 hours later-ish, the moon moves into Cancer, and they meet up 39 minutes after that for an eclipse. It is a party in the heavens. This eclipse happening in your relationship sector. But it's about not letting go of stuff, but about being open and willing to invite in the new. It is a solar eclipse. Things are illuminated. There's a surprise waiting for you of some sort. Now, it is not going to happen overnight. These eclipse energies are 6 to 18 months. Okay? And it's wrapping up a cycle, an 18-month cycle. And so this might take 18 months really to come in. I don't want you to be upset about the divine timing, right? We're releasing the how and the when. But if that's what you want, is a relationship, ask for it. But ask for it this way. I don't want a teacher. I want a partner. I want somebody who will stand by me, who will work with me, who will accept me for who I am and allow me to know them so that I can accept them for who they are. Whatever you're looking for in a relationship. Ask for the characteristics of the relationship, not the person. Ask for what you really want in a partnership. Best friend. Someone that wants to travel. What do you want? What does the perfect partnership in your life look like? Ask for that when you do your new moon intention. This is the most powerful new moon intention for Cancer and Capricorn because it's wrapping up that 18-month cycle of the nodes being in Cancer and Capricorn. This is in your 7th house of relationship. Big deal. Especially if you're Capricorn rising. It's a big deal. If you're not a Capricorn rising, where in your life have you been noticing all the changes going on for the last 18 months and you're ready to move forward on something? This is when you ask for it. Like really commit to the idea that you believe the Spirit's bringing it to you. It is a beautiful new beginning. It requires you to release any jealousies or anxieties you have over what other people have that you don't have. Relationships or material, doesn't matter. But this is the moon and Pluto. This is transition. This is big, deep transformation on an emotional level. This is a beautiful new beginning. You know, the card here says isolation, and so I think it's like moving out of isolation into something that feels like home. Either home in your own skin or home with somebody. But it feels like home. You have embracing. I embrace love. I embrace and love all of my life, but doesn't it look like a couple supporting each other? A win-win outcome is forecast. Full moon in Libra. Libra is about the balance, okay? It is the balance in your life. This is how you win at life. This is how you can go the distance, by simplifying it, keeping things in balance. Over the next 18 months, be willing to focus on your health, mental, physical, emotional, and spiritual in a very balanced way. How do you have to do that? I don't know. I use a pie chart. At the end of the week, I sit down and I look. I'm like, oh, I didn't do so good on this, and I need to spend a little more time on that. And then at the end of the month, I look at it again. I'm like, okay, overall, over the course of the month, it balanced out, right? It can't necessarily in 1 week. Some weeks are really, work heavy. This week for me is work heavy. And there is not going to be a lot of time for me to not do much. But I'll tell you what, it was 90 degrees out, and I spent 3 hours today outside in the sunshine doing nothing but laying there next to the pool, in the pool, next to the pool, in the pool. And then I got in and I went to work. So it's finding the balance, right? It's figuring out how can I do that. I am still going to put in, by the time I get done tonight, there will be more than 8 hours worth of work. But in the middle of the day when the sun was shining, I let myself go play. And that's how I'm finding the balance. You'll have to figure out how you can do it for you. But I love this. You have help appears in various ways. There is much support for you. Sometimes you may get so adrift you forget to look for the support systems that are with you continually. Simplify your life. Don't be afraid to ask for the help that you need. And if you don't know who to ask, it's like, I don't even know. I'm always in the right place at the right time with the right people and the right opportunities. God, I need some help here. I don't know what I need, but I need some help here. And then be open to how it shows up. It's being open to, it's releasing, surrendering the how and the when. But knowing what is it you want? Do the best you can. Even if you don't have a wholly clear idea, even if you have just a general direction that you want to move in, that's a start. That's a big start. Yeah, no, this one too. So we have Unikite. My emotions are balanced. I react to others in an objective and loving way. Understand the underlying causes of challenges in relationships. Balance the mind and emotion. Good connections with supportive friends and family. You have a lot of support around you. It's a matter of being aware of it. Oh my gosh. You guys got to love reading. We have the rose quartz. Attract your soulmate. Increase feelings of comfort and acceptance. Be at home. Whoever this is that's coming into your life, be at home. If you have to jump through hoops. Okay, this is the big message. I've been wondering what the heck we were talking about here. Okay. Spirit is tickling me all over the place. If you have to jump through hoops and be someone you're not in order to have a relationship, it's the wrong one. Straight up, wrong one. Being comfortable with who you are and having someone come into your life who's comfortable with who they are, that's how you get it done. So get yourself some rose quartz. You can get a little bracelet. They sell them. They're pretty affordable. And you can wear it as a reminder to yourself that you were looking for this. Attract your soulmate. Increase feelings of comfort and acceptance. Amplify unconditional love. Unconditional love for yourself starts there. And then you can... That is what we've been learning the last 18 months. The whole world has been working on how do we love ourselves enough, because the North Node is in Cancer, that we can spill it out into the arenas of our life and give it to others freely, because we have more than enough for ourselves. That's the big lesson. And so here we go. We're like, it's the graduation on the 21st with that eclipse. Okay, guys, you've been taught for the last 18 months that you're supposed to love yourself. Now go out there and love yourself and attract in the relationship you want. And for your cap and gown, wear some rose quartz. Cultivate good friends and families and work relationships. It is the whole thing. So, keeping your life in balance and loving yourself. I just wanted to stand up and cheer. I hear them cheering. So, good job. All right, Capricorn, go get them. If you need a private reading, I do that stuff, and that is down below. But otherwise, I will see you back here next week, and we'll talk about what it means when the sun goes into Cancer. All right, you take care. We'll talk soon.